Okay. Sweet. Audio levels look great. How are you today? Actually, no. Introduce yourself.
Introduce myself.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I am Faith. And what do you want me to say? Sorry, that's kind of
Okay.
stupid.
Okay. Who you are, what you do. Like, give me like you just met someone.
Okay.
The
You
first
want me
time.
to? Okay.
Yeah.
Got
Just
it,
tell
got it,
me.
got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm Faith, and I am a health and wellness coach virtually, and I also have a podcast of my own that I really enjoy hosting. And
Super love. Shameless plug.
Yeah, shameless plug, super love
Yeah.
podcast. And I am pretty stoked to be here and excited for your new podcast.
Yeah, dude. Thank you for being down for the first episode.
Of course.
Also, happy birthday.
Thank you. Yes.
Nice.
Fun
After
stuff.
this, we're getting her first legal drink.
My first, actually,
Definitely not the first drink.
No,
but
first legal drink for sure.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Definitely.
Cool, dude. Well, yeah. So, I guess so we've known each other since like 2010, 2008.
I think probably. I don't think it was that long ago. I think it was more like 2015.
Oh, yeah. That's back. Okay. Yes.
15.
So
Yeah.
that was through like YWAM and all that stuff,
Yeah,
all the church stuff.
Yeah.
And, you've kind of been on a interesting journey just in your own life since then, just kind of figuring out who you are, what you stand for, what you believe in, and just kind of, I wouldn't say like righting the wrongs of like people in charge, but kind of just like figuring out what your belief actually is.
Yeah.
So what are some of the things that you've done, like such as like, coffee company, shameless plug. Like, what are the things you've done?
Definitely. I think a lot of it had to be me just kind of deciding to not necessarily go with the norm or what I felt like I was supposed to do, based upon whether it was family or society or any of those different things, the church, and instead just stepping outside of that and deciding that I really needed to figure out what was right for me. And so that looked like exploring a lot of different avenues, meeting a lot of different people, and also traveling was a huge part of it as well, and kind of just deciding to take the leap to do the things that I had always kind of thought about doing. So one of those things was starting a little coffee roastery, Wild Empire Coffee, and investing my life savings into something that I honestly had no clue if it was going to work or if it was going to be more of a season of, just trying it out. And it was a little bit of a season of just trying it out, and I hope to get back into that.
When did,
for sure.
When did you start Wild Empire?
2019, like the beginning.
Really?
Yeah. So just in like January of 2019.
But you had the idea before that.
Yeah, I've had the idea. It was always something that I wanted to do. From the age of 5, I said I wanted to own a coffee shop. So the roastery was just kind of the first aspect of it all, and I still want the other chapters to unfold, for sure. But even before that, had helped like write business plans for other coffee shops, and went to other countries and was able to like help start different coffee projects there. So yeah, coffee's been a theme,
to
say the least. Yeah.
And then you work as a barista too, so it's kind of, it really is a theme.
Yeah. It's kind of so that I can afford my coffee problem. Yeah. So I had to roast my own. I had to have like access to the source.
Yeah. Roast my own, work at a coffee company.
Right. Yeah.
Company drinks. Like,
right.
I
Exactly.
totally get it. Dude, at Starbucks. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. A bit of a tangent.
Yeah.
How did you start your shifts? What was your like go-to coffee?
Honestly, just like 2 shot, like just a doppio.
I'm a monster. Do you want to know what I did?
Yeah.
Okay, so I would do this for either closes or opens.
Okay.
For closes, I would do it at the end of the shift so I could drive home. For opens, I would do it like, because I would try and get there before like everyone else. So it'd be me in the shift, and then I'd just do whatever. I worked at Starbucks, and I would get like a doppio, like a little doppio cup, and I would fill it halfway with iced coffee.
Oh yeah.
And then half or a quarter of the way with like cold brew, just because like I like cutting my iced coffee a little bit. And then I would, no joke, I would like pour like 6 shots into it.
Oh my gosh.
and I would just literally just like
Yep.
like
I
every single time.
understand that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be probably by the end of the day I'd had like at least 10 shots at least. Still, I have a problem.
Dude.
But
It was great though, because like I mean I worked in Linden, so like dude, Linden moms, you flirt with them.
Yeah.
You have that high energy.
Uh-huh.
Dude, the tips were so
Really?
good.
Oh my gosh. I would not have guessed because Linden was not the good tip place for me.
I mean, if you're high energy and you just like love all the all the
Yeah,
moms that come through, they're like, oh, we know Joey.
Yeah.
I'm pretty like
That is awesome.
no joke. I probably flirted with your mom at least. One of the times that she's ever. Yeah.
Oh my God.
This
That's
is so
too good.
funny.
Yes. Hey, you
yeah,
have
dude.
to do what you have to do for the tips, you know? Like,
Honestly,
no
dude,
shame. No
they're-
shame.
Yeah. Oh, man, I did a lot. But yeah, dude. So like, I remember like it was probably earlier than that, like 2018 or 2017, when you came to me originally to make a video for your company. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah, we met at
Yeah.
Woods Coffee
Uh-huh.
on Front Street,
Yeah.
and
You ate a breakfast burrito and
did.
it fell all over your computer.
did it?
It did.
Wait,
yeah,
what?
Yeah, and you were like, "Oh man," and you were so disappointed.
That's funny.
I was like, "I'm so glad." I
That's
was
so
late. I
funny.
was late, like
I didn't
normal.
know that.
And
That's
yeah,
so funny.
No, it was so funny. You were like,
Oh,
"I
man.
forgot. Oh my gosh, I thought I was gonna be late." And you're like, "Yeah."
It's okay. I've dropped a burrito. That's hilarious. I don't remember that.
Yeah.
But what I do remember is like you were so amped on this because the whole concept wasn't just like I want a coffee company.
Yeah, no, definitely
You
not.
wanted to make something that was like, how do I help people?
Right.
And like, dude, like like nonprofit, how do I help people with coffee? That was kind of like the whole idea, right?
Definitely. Yeah.
Dude, I still think that's genius. Like,
and it's still
because you were
something,
ahead of
yeah.
your time. It was 2018, dude. Like,
Right.
or 2017. Like, you're so like, dude, be proud of that. Like, you
Thank
were so
you.
ahead of your time. And like, I think to have seen like the sketches, because you had
Right.
like the heart, the Wild Empire, like the actual graphic, then to see that, and then like fast forward to like this past October
Mm-hmm.
when you shipped me that like gift basket for like all my friends
Yeah.
with like the little note card and the branding still on there, dude, what the heck?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was definitely a process. It was fun, but I think it all started because Wild Empire was kind of the whole idea about how we all have our own wild ideas, dreams, passions, but in order to build it to something bigger, you really do need to bring other people or other aspects into it and not necessarily be afraid of that. So my motto for it was wild for people, wild for coffee, wild for change. And basically the whole concept was building something from, seed to cup all the way with the people and incorporating like the farmers and all of that even in the products. And so it went back to the whole sourcing thing, but then taking it a step farther and like basically multiplying the way that people can I guess make an income for themselves. So the idea was to create this like box that I would ship out to different countries, and it
Like
would
a,
have
like a care package.
yeah, basically,
Yeah.
but like it would just be maybe, oh man, I don't know what the dimensions would be, but you could carry it
12
in
by
your arms.
12?
Okay.
something
Something like
Yeah.
that. But basically it would have everything you need to brew a cup of coffee in it. And so kids would go through like this training process in these countries and would be able to then sell this product on the streets, sell the cup of coffee. And so I had a girl down in Mexico actually ready to like implement it all. And then, COVID happened, but it's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole idea was definitely more than just a cup of coffee, but bringing people together. And the whole connection between, how coffee starts conversations, and I think about the people that I've met in life. And
yeah.
yeah.
I know this is like also a tender thing just because like, I mean, because of COVID, it's kind of taken a back seat, right?
Definitely. Yeah. For now, we're kind of just putting it on hold. There's some dust settling on everything again. And it's just like, for now, letting it just kind of sit until I have what I need to be able to build it back up again, which might look like having, somebody else come and help me out with it instead of just trying to do it on my own. Because, between the whole borders shutting down and prices going up because the farmers weren't able to produce as much, just all of that kind of stuff. So for now, we're putting it on hold, but it's definitely not the end. Definitely not the end, because it still is my sole passion.
Your dream.
Yeah, definitely.
But despite because this 2020 pandemic time, all that stuff, I swear this is 6 feet. It's probably more like 6 inches, but
it works.
But it's so cool to in spite of everything kind of turning to shit, crazy, all this stuff, everything shutting down, being considered non-essential, and like you said, border closing, not being able to ship, import, all that
markets
stuff,
closing,
it ended up being a really good year for you despite that.
For sure.
And
definitely.
what exactly happened this past year that, you kind of gave a little bit of a plug to it earlier about being a health and wellness coach, but
right.
what is this journey that I'm kind of hinting at,
Definitely. I think that I honestly needed 2020 to be able to spend the time to focus on myself, and focus on the aspects of my life that I feel like I've just overlooked or I haven't put value on before, whether out of just feeling it's not important, or struggles with mental health, or family stuff. We all get busy, right? But definitely having to put my dream on hold opened up time to be able to do the things that I was kind of scared to do, and I never thought I would really go down the path of health and wellness. So I ended up finding myself at the beginning of 2020 60 pounds heavier than I am now, and really depressed and struggling to just I didn't want to step foot in gym. I would never go to the gym. I had gym memberships to a lot of the local places, and that just didn't work for me. And I just found this girl on Instagram and reached out to her and was like, hey, you're really cool, and I see your journey and I like what you're doing. Tell me more. And she ended up kind of taking me under her wing and being like, hey, I do this thing where I work out from home and you can do it too. And so I just started showing up for myself every single day. And I landed up now building a team of people that I've invited to come and join me in doing that. And it's been kind of a wild ride of, shedding things that I no longer need and taking on new identities that I didn't even think I could hold. And now I get to work with people every day and inspire them to be able to lose the weight, or shed those false identities that they've held about themselves, or the lies that they've believed. And working one-on-one with, a whole variety of people, and bringing people into community. So it's the same aspect as, the coffee and people. For me, I think it came down to the fact that I just wanted to bring people together, and I wanted people to feel less alone. And I think especially in 2020, when we were all told, sorry, you can't go outside and you can't see people, and we all got separated even more. It ended up being a time in my life where I felt the most connected that I've ever felt with people. It's exciting. It's exciting to see how the year of isolation became the year that allowed me to find community, and now to have this bigger community that I get to invite people into every single day. So, yeah.
Okay, what's cool with that is, like I said before, you were on the cutting edge of the coffee thing with the social enterprise.
Right.
And I would argue that you were definitely on the cutting edge of how fitness evolved because of the pandemic.
Definitely.
So not only did you figure out your own shit and take care of yourself, but you still did what you already did before, which is you pivoted.
Right.
And you had this idea and you figured out how to do it.
Definitely.
And dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Like I've said it before, but you should be so freaking proud of yourself that despite the coffee stuff, despite how things are fluctuating, this might be a new path for a minute, but at the end of it, dude, you're going to be so much better and so much more prepared to come back to the coffee thing. And that thing's like, that's like so inspiring to me, because like, dude, like imagine if you had continued the same path with the coffee, but you also found yourself, you know, slipping with like unhealthy decisions, both like physically and mentally,
right,
never taking care of yourself. And then it got to a point where it's like, you know, like the turning point like is like life or death, versus, oh, I can't do my business.
For sure.
You know,
for sure.
So like, you know, like, oh, dude, oh, that's so cool. That's so cool.
Thank you.
And like, okay, I'm curious, like, how do you see yourself with the fitness and health stuff ever trying to encapsulate that social enterprise in some way?
Definitely. I would love to get to that point for sure. And that's like, I don't want to abandon one or the other. Like, I definitely see like the coffee and fitness and community stuff all kind of coming together in the end. It's just going to take a minute, but,
you could add on to that.
What?
Like yoga pants?
Yeah.
Like you could sell like brand my own. Like you literally could do like the like yeah, it's like the most white girl thing you could do, but it's so cool.
I
it's
love
so
it.
Cool.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Come in for your,
personal like do a fedora company. Do like.
I mean, I'm ready. I need a silversmith company. I need a hat company.
Oh my gosh, dude! Honestly though, like seriously, like
it's like a lifestyle brand.
Honestly,
and it's me.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
here
just
for
me.
it. Yeah, it's just me, guys.
Dude, I think like I know it sounds ridiculous, but like I think you like as you grow and elevate yourself, I think you could do that easily.
I love that idea.
Yeah.
I mean, I would be so ready to do that. Definitely.
And it would just be so fun too, because like you can like you're just being yourself.
Right. And I could still call it Wild Empire because it's just one big
just
wild. It's wild. Like,
dude, from experience, Faith is freaking wild, dude.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure that first meeting we had, you were like literally a week back from like Thailand or India or something crazy.
Yeah, I think and then I was like heading to China, I think, right after that.
You're like, oh yeah, I'll be back, you know.
I don't know when, but yeah.
That's so funny.
Definitely.
Cool, well, awesome. Yeah. So, is there anything else that like kind of comes to mind for you that like I don't know, like how do you want to inspire the listeners today?
Yes.
Probably the listeners will probably be us, but who?
Right. Hey, I'm gonna keep on pressing play. Let's get those views up.
Yeah.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Leave a
oh my gosh.
Leave a nice note. Yeah.
Yeah.
Please.
But like, what? I don't know. What?
Definitely.
What are you? Because you were gonna move to Arizona. You were gonna move all to that stuff, and you're figuring out your future and stuff. But like, what's something hopeful you can give people? Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
I think honestly it kind of goes back to, I just recently did an episode that I called Failing Forward. And I think that honestly that is what I'd have to say, is that every step of the way I've had to kind of get over the whole idea of being embarrassed when my plans change. And I think that a lot of times we can, we think that everybody else is going to be judging us for the fact that we keep pivoting or like, shifting where we're at in life. And at the end of the day, you don't have to worry about the views of, other people say, because, I've had a lot of hate from people lately, especially whether it's like, oh, you're not fit enough to be a fitness coach, or what about your coffee company? Like that, what happened to that, and like, oh yeah, there goes Faith in just another one of her dreams. And I am like an Enneagram 7. I am like definitely the type.
Hits a little hard.
Yeah, I am the kind of.
I think I'm a 7 too.
Oh, seriously. That would so make sense. But yeah, and so like I'm definitely like always the dreamer, always futuristic, thinking of like what's next, what's the next cool thing I can do. And so a lot of times I will jump through the first, 2 hoops and maybe not get to hoop 7 and 8, where you'd actually see the benefits or like reap the reward of something. And so instead of being, so worried about having it all figured out, just start taking those next steps, because if you don't, you're going to hold yourself back from, maybe failure, but it's not failure because you gained something out of it. I don't regret, investing my life savings into Wild Empire and buying a roaster that now sits collecting dust. But, I'm not going to regret it, because I met some of the coolest people and I learned so much about myself personally. And I'm able to now have the confidence in myself to say, hey, I did it. I bought the roaster. I, sold the coffee. I went to markets. I built a little bit of my brand. And the fact is I went after it and I did it. And like, same with the fitness stuff. I got after it. I showed up for my workouts every day. I taught myself how to cook. I met a community of people that I wouldn't, trade the world for. And now I'm here, and all of those steps and everything in between have brought me to where I am. So I know that sounds cheesy, but take the risk, because if you don't, you're just gonna fail. You're not failing forward. You're just failing because you're not living into your full potential or your dream. So I think that's what I would say as my little piece of advice.
Nice little shoulder.
A little shoulder shimmy.
Like, oh, trust me, guys. Oh my god. But yeah, dude, no, that's awesome. And I think like it. If there's anything worth listening to after this, definitely go listen to her podcast, Super Love. I think I'm saying it right. Has a disco ball on it. Yeah, the Super Love podcast. It's on streaming platforms, same as this one. So if you're listening to this one, you can listen to that one. Yes. And then it's like episode 3 or 4 that's like the Failing Forward one, right?
I think it's Failing Forward and Other Life Things is what it's called.
Listen to her ramble. It's great.
Yeah, I ramble a lot.
It's so good. Awesome. Well, thanks guys for listening. And that was Faith Elgersma. And yeah, dude. All right.
Awesome.
Sweet.
Well, thanks for having me.
Yeah, no problem. Cut.